Hello, what's going on everyone? This is Giovanni, also known as CryptoJo11 on Twitter, and today I have a very exciting news for both my current and future delegators. As you know, I am the stake pool operator of the stake pool EASY1, and if you're in the crypto space long enough and you have a Twitter account as well, you may have seen that multiple times people organizing raffles and giveaways. Unfortunately, though, these have been often associated with the scam words, and for this reason, I decided to set up and create a platform that is both safe, transparent, as well as easy to use for my delegators, so that they can safely and anonymously participate to raffles and giveaways of my stake pool. So, how it all works. First of all, let's go on the website. The website is raffles.easystaking.online. This is the landing page, and this is what you will be seeing as soon as you land on the page. The page is divided into multiple sections. The first one being the dashboard, where there are 4 tiles. From left to right, the first tile is the jackpot. That is basically the amount of EDA that can be won during the epoch, and in this case is epoch 282. The second tile is participants. Basically tells us that there have been 202 entrants for all the raffles that have been run so far. The third one is total raffles. Basically there have been 18 raffles in total run so far, and the amount won, the total amount won is 250 EDA. Raffles are automatically created at every epoch by an automated system, and at the moment of shooting, the epoch is the epoch 282. The next sections is the recent wins. You can see here the winner for the previous epoch. In this case we have 3 winners. The first one is of a winner of 25 EDA, and this is their stake ID. And then there are 2 winners for 10 EDA and their stake IDs. There is also a share button so that you can easily share your winnings on Twitter. This is gonna help me finding more delegators and more participants, and the larger the number of delegators that I have, the higher will be the number of raffles and prizes. So it's a win-win. The more delegators I have, the more raffles I can run at every epoch, and the more EDA I can give away. Recently, I've also developed a feature where, instead of the stake ID, we can show a friendly name, so that it's easier for my delegators and participants to understand whether or not they have won, and I'll show you more in a minute. The next section is the open raffles and shows the raffles that are currently open. In these tables you can see that there is the epoch the raffles belong to, the price, and you can see that we have 2 raffles open for a 10 EDA price, 1 raffle open for 15 EDA, and 1 for 25. And we also have the stake requirements. Of course, larger prizes will require a higher stake amount. This is in order to make the raffles fair for all the participants. There will always be a raffle that requires no stake requirements. It is open to everyone, basically. And the price will always be 10 EDA. As you can see here, there are 2 raffles for 10 EDA, the second on which requires 1,000 EDA staked, and there are 2 more raffles that requires 10,000 EDA in order to win 15 and 25,000 EDA to win 25. And you can also see that the number of participants is different. Of course, the majority are where there are no stake requirements, and then only 7 for the 1,000 EDA required. As you can see, there are no people that have applied for the 10,000, 25,000 stake required, and the price is 25 and 15. That means that anyone can basically join the raffles and get this money without any competition. So if you're looking at this video now and you have at least 10,000, 25,000 ADA, you can switch delegation and start competing for those prizes. And I just would like to remember that those prizes will be open basically at every single epoch. I also would like to remind you, and I'll repeat also this later in the video, that I reserve the rights to change the configuration of those raffles with the prices and stake requirements in order to make this enjoyable and fair for all my delegators. It goes without saying that in the future, should I ever reach a larger amount of delegation to the stake pool, I may even introduce a price of 50. Of course, the stake requirements will be a little bit higher. One thing that is always going to be forever is that there was always going to be a price of 10 EDA without stake requirements, so to make everybody in the stake pool be able to compete and participate to the raffles. The next section is the section of the winners, that in my opinion is the most important section of them all, because this is the section when you can see that everything is run smoothly, transparently and clearly. The stake ID is the stake ID of the wallet that has won the raffle. Here is going to be the price, and here there is the transaction ID. There is also a new field that I've recently introduced, that is a name. Of course, here you don't have to put your own name, but you can put a friendly name, your pet's name, or anything that will help you find out whether or not you're a winner. This name can be input, and I'll show you in a minute where, and will help you identify yourself. Repeat, that does not have to be your name, because my website wants to keep everybody anonymous, but at the same time transparent. If we click on the transaction ID, Cardano scan will open, and will show you this particular transaction. As you can see, the output address contain two addresses. The second one that is the address that paid, and the second one, so the second one is the address that paid and gets the change, and the first address is the address of the winner, where 25 EDA were correctly sent. So as you can see, everything is run very transparently, and you can click on any of these ones and you can see how the stake ID won exactly the stake amount. Winners are selected randomly by an algorithm, and will ensure that will not be two winners within the same epoch. This is going to guarantee a fairer approach to all the participants, and also ensure that the delegators that have larger amount of EDA delegated to the pool will have a higher chance to win. In the bottom section, alongside the closed raffles, that is only a recap of all the raffles that have been run so far, there is also an FAQ section with the most common questions that have been asked on how to use the platform. But I'm not going to go through those ones because I'm dynamically explain those ones to you. Going to the top, we finally see how to join a raffle. Join a raffle is extremely simple. You just click the button, and then there are two fields: the payment address, the receiving address that you want to receive your winnings to, and an optional name. So it is enough. Go to your Yoroi wallet or Daedalus or whichever, copy a receiving address, going back to the screen, paste the address and put the friendly name. I'm gonna stick Joe, that is my name. A pop-up on the top right will tell you good luck, you've joined the raffle. This is basically a confirmation that you've joined all the raffles to which your delegation work. That means that if there are stake requirements, you will join all the raffles that have that match your stake requirements. As I can see, I used a large enough wallet that was able to claim for all the prizes. Of course, I am the organizer and I will not compete against you guys, but this is just to show that the confirmation is automatic. In the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna also add another section where you'll be able to see all the raffles you've participated and the one that you've won. And it's going to be just a new tile, just alongside the overview. It is important to know that if you want to participate into the raffles of the EASY1 Stake Pool, first of all, you have to have a wallet delegated to the EASY1 Stake Pool. The second thing is that your delegated amount, your delegation, needs to be active. That means that if you're already a stake pool delegator, you will be able to join the raffles straight away. But if you're deciding to switch to the stake pool, to change to stake pool EASY1 only now, you will have to wait at least one epoch. Luckily, I've also implemented a way of joining the raffles for new delegators in an automatic way. You can still use the join raffle, but the messaging will be a little bit different, and it will tell you that if you just joined the EASY1 Stake Pool, you will not be allowed to join currently open raffles, but you will have to wait at least one epoch But there is nothing to worry, because the system will automatically make you join the first available raffles at the epoch that your delegation becomes active. So just press the join raffle, enter your details, and then good luck. I would like just to spend a couple more words about this section of the open raffles. As you can see, the number of participants for the prizes of 25 and 15 ADA that will be repeated for the next few epochs every single time are basically up for grab. It means that there is absolutely no one that is claiming for these raffles just yet. Of course, things can change straight after I release this video, but that means that there will be still a very high likelihood for you to win those prizes. And we are talking about 25, 40 or 50% of chances, if not 100% if you're actually the very first one. So keep an eye on this tab, so right away, even now. And if you have a large enough wallet, I may even recommend to split it and just to move enough funds on this to the EASY1 Stake Pool to be able and compete for those raffles. Otherwise, you can move the full amount and help me and support me in growing my pool. I would like to remind you that those requirements can change into the future, and I can even introduce larger prizes. So maybe one day, as I was mentioning earlier on, I can increase, make one-off or periodic monthly maybe prices of 50 ADA or more. Last but on the list, there is the share button. Share button is extremely important for me because this helps me to make this platform more popular and attract more delegation. And more delegation means more participant. So I kindly ask you to use this one whenever you join a raffle, so that more people will be aware. And more people means more delegation. More delegation means larger prizes as well as more prizes. Going back to the platform, there is one additional thing that I would like to share with you. And on the bottom right, there are a number of links. The last one is to my stake pool, and then my Twitter account, Telegram, and GitHub. The first one is the stake pool. So, and this is basically the details of my stake pool. This is really important because you can see the details of my stake pool that is currently generating normally blocks. And recently we've actually had an incredible epoch with an outstanding 16.6 ROS. You can see this massive spike here with 6 blocks minted out of 6 that were assigned to the stake pool. This is like unbelievable performances. And so this means that whenever you join those raffles, you will both enjoy rewards as well as have a chance to win additional ADA on top of it. And then there is another thing that is, I think, extremely useful. So if you're unsure whether or not you want to participate, you want to change your delegation and participate into the raffle, I would like to invite you to join my Telegram channel right here. This channel is, first of all, is a Telegram channel and is not a group, so there will be no spam or scam or whatever. There is just like an automated system that gives updates on open and closed raffles, who are the winners, etc, etc. And from time to time I will be typing myself with the results of the raffles, additional screenshot, and information about sometimes little bug that I will have to fix. I just want to like to repeat that this is not a group, this is just a channel, so there are going to be only very few messages sent a couple of times a week, and there is no chance of being contacted by other people or being subject of scams or whatever. So this is extremely safe and very, very, very low spam. One more time, going back to the screen, this is the final recap. I would like to remind you that all the raffles are run epochally, so every 5 days, and currently there are 4 raffles open at every epoch. And there are going to be 2 for 10 ADA, and then 1 for 15 and 1 for 25 other prizes. And you can see this is me, like the number 1, but those 15 ADA and 25 ADA have a very low competition. So switching delegation now will give you a very high chance of either getting one of those 2 straight away, or having a 50% chance of winning every single epoch. So why not? And that's pretty much it. If you have questions, you can hit me up on Twitter down here, or you can comment under those videos. So I just would like to thank you very much for watching this video, and I wish you all the best of luck if you decide to proceed and participate to my raffles. Bye and have a great day.